You got anything pulled up on the screen here? Oh, good morning. This is cause number 2021-05476 in the interest of Blue Canton. All parties and witnesses, please unmute yourselves. And is Mr. Canton on by video, Mr. Regla?
Yes, sir.
All right, open up your video, sir. All right, raise your right hand to be sworn, sir. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Cameron Canton, and I'm her father.
Okay, and representing the Attorney General.
Luis Regla.
Court will note that the custodial parent Tiara Board is not present. Ms. Board previously signed a waiver of service in February of last year. She was also given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return receipt requested that was delivered on January 26th, 2022. And she has not filed an answer or checked in. Is that correct, Mr. Regla?
Correct, Judge.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. And I'll offer that notice letter as Exhibit A as well and ask that it be admitted.
All right, have you seen the notice letter, Mr. Canton?
Yes, sir, I have.
You have any objection of me admitting it into evidence?
No, sir.
All right. State's Exhibit A is admitted.
All right, thank you, Judge. May I call the witness now?
Yes.
Okay. I'll begin with you, Mr. Canton. And one more time, what is your full name, please?
My name is Cameron Canton.
And in fact, do you remember signing a acknowledgement of paternity when your daughter Blue was born together with the mother, Miss Board?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, y'all used to live together as a family, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been separated since at least February of last year.
Yes, sir.
All right. And is there any reason why y'all shouldn't be appointed joint managing conservators of your daughter?
Can you repeat that for me?
Sure. Any reason y'all shouldn't be appointed joint managing conservators of your daughter?
No, sir.
Any reason you shouldn't get a sign of possession order of your daughter?
No, sir.
And the daughter lives with the mom right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've seen her, but just not very much, any kind of regularity, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, your concern today, the main concern was getting a standard schedule in place so you can have a schedule when you can see your daughter. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Since you and the mother separated, Have you given her cash or items, things like that, to help with your daughter, Blue?
Yes, sir.
Tell the judge what kind of things have you given to the mother for help with this child?
So I have actually, I have a screenshot of all the money I've sent to Blue. Like on Cash App, I can actually put it on the screen if you let me flip my camera around.
Oh, that's all right.
Just
We don't need that, sir. All you need to just tell us.
Okay, so I've sent money for her birthday party. I've sent like clothes. I bought clothes. I send random money every time I think she needs it. I ask her all the time if she needs it. She always declines. So I've sent money on multiple occasions.
the money that you have sent, would it add up to about $1,000 roughly?
Or more, roughly or more.
Okay. And since y'all separated February of last year through today's court date, have you worked jobs that would earn you at least minimum wage?
We stated, yes, sir. The switchboard,
And the child support going backwards, would you agree that using minimum wage for this child would be, before the money you've given her, would be about $2,519?
yes, sir.
And this is your only child, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And after the $2,519 from February of last year through today's court date, you're telling the court you've given the mother money at least $1,000, if not more?
Yes, sir.
So after discounting about $1,000 from 2005-19, backwards child support of $1,519, you agree to pay that at $60 a month beginning April 1st.
Yes, sir.
And Blue has Medicaid right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you also agree that using minimum wage for only one child, you'd pay the state $57 for the Medicaid and pay the mom $217 for current child support? Both of those also begin April 1st.
Yes, sir.
And sir, are you unemployed right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you believe these orders are in the best interest of your daughter?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court to grant this default order against the mother in this case?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'll pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Canton. You can disconnect now.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ms. Eoff, are you handling the Brigands matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is cause number 2021-48280 in the interest of Tayana Brigands. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands, unmute yourselves. Raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Gabrielle Morris, I'm her mother.
Okay, and representing the state.
Andrea Eoff.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent, Tazarius Brigands, was personally served on September 15, 2021 at 7:50 p.m. at 5500 El Camino del Rey Street, apartment 2004 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he evidently appeared and signed a reset order. Signed a reset order setting the Zoom hearing for today. And he has not checked in. Is that correct, Ms. Yoff?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'd like to call Ms. Morris.
Okay.
Ms. Morris, will you please state your name?
Gabrielle Morris,
And will you state the name and birth date of your child?
Tiana Brigance, birthday December 31st, 2019.
Thank you. And can you state the name of the child's father?
Trazarius Brigance.
And your child was born when you and Mr. Brigance were in a relationship and living together. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you guys signed and filed an acknowledgement of paternity at the time of her birth. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you ever alleged that anyone else could be the father of your child?
No, ma'am.
And you and Mr. Brigance lived together for quite some time, and then you separated in January of 2021. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
And at this point in time, since you guys have separated, has Mr. Brigance made any effort to see your child?
He's made effort to see her and have not been able to follow through.
Would it be fair to say that he hasn't seen your child in at least a year?
Yes, ma'am.
And has he been involved as a co-parent with you in your child's life?
No, ma'am.
And at this point in time, do you believe that it would be in your child's best interest to have you and Mr. Brigance appointed as joint managing conservators, with you being the parent who designates her primary residence?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe it would be in your child's best interest to have your residence be restricted to Harris County and counties that touch Harris County?
Yes, ma'am.
And as far as possession and access or visitation with your child is concerned, do you believe it would be in your child's best interest to have a phased possession order that starts with some supervised periods of visitation for Mr. Brigance?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order that Mr. Brigance have 20 supervised visits, supervised by his mother, Demetria Clark Hill, at her home at 11910 Myrtle Avenue in Crosby, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order that after those 20 visits are completed, that he be allowed to have a standard possession order from that point forward?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe that this supervision is in the child's interest because of prior mental health concerns you've had with Mr. Brigance?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that Mr. Brigance has threatened you in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that part of the reason why you want the court to order these initial supervised visits?
Yes, ma'am. Just due to him not being mentally there and not taking medicine, I think that would be best.
Okay. And you've also asked the court to keep your address and phone number confidential and that information not be disclosed. Is that because of the prior threats that you had?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And to your knowledge, is Mr. Brigance currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it your understanding that he recently took a job as a dishwasher at a restaurant?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it also your understanding that he doesn't have a history of maintaining stable employment?
Yes, ma'am.
And based on what you know about his employment and income, do you believe it would be in the child's best interest to have the court set support based on minimum wage at this
Yes,
point?
ma'am.
All right. And are you and at this point in time, are we asking excuse me, let me rephrase that. Are you asking the court to order Mr. Brigance to pay monthly child support of $217 a month beginning on April 1st, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking, and is the child currently covered by Medicaid?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order Mr. Brigance to reimburse the state cash medical support of $57 for that Medicaid coverage?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you also asking the court to award a judgment for retroactive support in the amount of $3,255 to cover the period between January 1st, 2021 to today?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you
Miss Morris, has Mr. Brigance contributed anything to the support of this child during that period of time?
No, he He did give 180 for her birthday in December.
How much?
$180.
Okay, was that taken into consideration, Ms. Eoff?
No, sir, Your Honor, I was under the impression that that was a big gift, but we can adjust that number if you'd like to consider it support.
Please do. Then
All
another
right.
question, Ms. Morris. You say that Mr. Brigance threatened you in the past. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about that and when that was?
I want to say it was towards the beginning of our separation. He was getting upset because
I don't know when your separation was, ma'am. What? Tell me.
It was, I believe, January 2021, around this
Okay.
time. I can't remember the exact date, but he would get mad because I wouldn't release my daughter to him as he felt I should, and he had threatened to kill me. He also threatened my mom.
He threatened to kill you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if he knows your address, is he likely to would that cause harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury to you or your child?
He's made threats, but not followed through. With him being bipolar and schizophrenic, I don't take his threats lightly, but he usually gets in a manic state and he gets to saying these threats, but he's never followed through on any of them, but he have made threats.
But he is likely to harass you again. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Eo.
All right. So is it your testimony that Mr. Brigance has given you $180 since you have been separated?
Yes, ma'am.
Child. So taking that into account, are we asking the court to assess a judgment for retroactive child support against him in the amount of $3,075?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order him to pay that judgment out in the amount of $65 a month beginning April 1st, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, the court will approve the order if you will submit that correction. All right.
All right. I will do that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Morris, if you can just go back to the original hearing room, I'll meet you there and we'll update the order.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying? They want me to.
Good morning. This is cause number 2021-09785 in the interest of Armando Espinosa. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Help me out.
Yes, I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Sandra Elena Castillo. I'm the mother of the child.
All right, and representing the Attorney General's office.
Karen Mitchell.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Armando Espinosa, Armando Garcia Espinosa, and Mr. Espinosa was personally served on September 9th, 2021 at 2:26 p.m. at 19173 Suffolk, New Caney, Montgomery County, Texas. And he has not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Mitchell?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Also, he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing, which attempted notice, which remained unclaimed. So let's proceed by default.
The state would like to call its first witness, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Ms. Castillo, could you please state your full name?
Sandra Elena Castillo.
Okay, what is the name of your child in this case?
Armando Adriel Espinosa.
What is his date of birth?
August 26, 2020.
Okay, and who is his father?
Armando Garcia Espinosa.
Are you currently married?
No,
Were you married when Armando was conceived?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember Mr. Espinosa signing an acknowledgement of paternity for Armando when he was born?
Yes,
Okay. Are you asking the court to find that Mr. Espinosa has a duty to support Armando?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to conservatorship, are you requesting that you and Mr. Espinosa be appointed joint managing conservators?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you
Are
also
you-
asking, ma'am, that the court in this order find that the father of the child is Armando Espinosa?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And are you requesting that this court designate you as the managing conservator with the exclusive right to designate the primary residence of Armando within Harris County and contiguous counties?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to possession and access, are you requesting that this court order a modified possession access schedule where Mr. Espinosa will exercise 10 periods of possession per phase?
Yes, ma'am.
And once that is completed, are you requesting that this court order a standard possession order?
Yes,
Now, with regard to child support and medical support, do you know if Mr. Espinosa is working?
yes, ma'am.
Where does he work?
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Espinosa has any other children outside of Armando?
Yes,
How many children does he have?
one.
Okay. How is Armando covered for health insurance?
Medicaid.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you, are you requesting that this court order that you and Mr. Espinosa cover any uncovered healthcare expenses 50/50?
Yes.
Okay. And okay, I will pass the witness, Your Honor, at this time.
All right. Call your
I'd
next
like
witness.
to call Mr. Barrera.
All right.
Mr. Barrera, could you state your full name?
Arnaldo Barrera. Okay, where are you employed?
Office of the Attorney General,
What is your position there?
Child Support Officer,
Okay, what is the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
conduct investigations on calculating child support and retroactive child support.
Okay. Have you received any special training to train you to calculate child support in compliance with the Texas Family Code?
Yes, I have.
And have you calculated child support in this matter?
Yes.
Okay, what are your calculations?
Based on what the employer is reporting for Mr. Espinosa, monthly gross income, $3,023. Excuse me. After credit for taxes and health insurance of $136, his net income is $2,439.61, with giving them the percentage for an additional child of 17.5%. His child support should be $427 to begin April 1st, 2022.
Okay. I passed this witness, Your Honor, and
Did you calculate a cash medical support, sir?
Calculated cash medical support of $136 and also retroactive support.
What did you calculate for retroactive support?
Okay, for retroactive support from date of birth to today, the sum of $7,765 with the judgment date of March 8, 2022, with a payout of $90 per month.
All right. Ms. Castillo, do you have any questions of Mr. Barrera?
No, sir.
All right. You have any further witnesses, Ms. Mitchell?
I do not, but I would like to recall Ms. Castillo.
All right.
Ms. Castillo, have you and Mr. Espinoza lived together once Armando was born?
No, ma'am.
And has Mr. Espinoza given you any money to support Armando?
No, ma'am.
Are you requesting retroactive child support or back child support?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you believe that this order would be, let me, one more thing. Do you believe Mr. Espinoza should pay court costs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you believe this order would be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you asking the court to approve any order or this order that is before him today?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you.